Welcome to You Hate to Hear It, where each week we pick apart a song. At the end, we're going to figure out which band gets fed to an alligator. And if that alligator gets too full, what we're going to do is stick a baby's hand to it and make it throw up. And if the baby gets bitten, then we're going to blame you, the listener.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Brian.
And I'm here.
God damn it, you fucking fucked it up. You're supposed to say, I am Gargamel, the guy who likes to eat Smurfs. All right, well, whatever. Okay.
Nom.
What song did we do today, Ryan? Was it some really cool song that it just absolutely moved the zeitgeist that everybody is talking about all over the world?
Well, at least millions are talking about it in their private little goth parties.
3.5 to 3.8 million views per video this guy gets, by the way.
Yeah, he crushes it. They really honed in on their marketing, like Halloween store style.
Halloween store. We'll just drag Ryan along. Don't worry, it'll be super funny.
Okay. Tonight we are listening to the track is Werewolf. The group is Motionless in White.
Motionless in white. Yeah. Motionless in white. She's dancing with me. This is a nu metal group, about 10 years too late for the nu metal movement, yet still garnering almost 4 million views per video. So the fact that you don't like nu metal doesn't matter to them. They still make nu metal and they are still doing just fine. And you know what? I gotta say, I got a lot of respect for that. I got a lot of respect for like the independence that this band, and especially what's the guy's name? Jim Motionless?
Chris Motionless.
Chris Motionless.
Wait, his last name is Motionless?
Sure is, bud.
What do we have to say about Christ Motionless? Jesus H. Christ Motionless.
I did dig in and watch a few interviews with old Chris. He's the guy. He's the go-to guy. All the interviews, Chris is the spokesperson for this band. And I liked everything he had to say. He had good takes, especially when it comes to like allegations and like the Vans Warped Tour world and bands being shitty. He's not standing for that. And I applaud him on that. He is just a real spooky guy. And the reason this song stuck in my craw is it could have been a real banger. I could have loved this song, but for the lyric writing that he did, honestly, it falls so flat for me.
So bad.
It is so bad.
I was thinking of like playing a little game when we get to the lyrics about, is it clever or corny? And you can basically do that with every line. And
I'm going to go corny.
There we go. Game over. Yeah, exactly.
If not like straight up lazy also.
You can see him thinking he's so clever at moments, but regardless, they're all talented musicians. I'll give them that right off the bat.
These guys play with like the harmony of like a absolute like a city's official harmonic symphony. Like these guys just work together. These guys work together like an ant farm.
But not Alien Ant Farm, to be confused. Like, just to make that clear. Not the band Alien Ant Farm.
Although they both are taking cues from
Michael Jackson. It's true. Yeah, At least Alien Ant Farm had the balls to just cover one of his songs.
Well, this band essentially is covering the song like Monster Mash. Just they're changing the lyrics and they're changing the music.
It's more like a monster mashup that should just never have been made. Yeah.
Ouch. I don't know.
But we're talking about a band that has 6 albums out, and 5 of those albums charted on the Billboard Top Rock Albums chart, which is, not too bad.
Yeah.
God.
I was going to say on the Billboard Hot Topic 100.
This is the ultimate who charted, because like who are these guys? I have never heard of this band. I didn't even know that this was a genre.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, They've been cited as being a blend of metalcore, gothic metal, and industrial metal. Some people just call them horror metal, which kind of makes sense to me.
Sure.
I mean, I'm sorry, but when you start combining that many different types of metal, I think you just have to say that your style is
amazing.
alloy.
That your
no,
band
it's
is great.
alloy.
Yeah,
It's an alloy.
you're an alloy.
Yeah, you're an alloy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So many metals. It's
Yes,
like
exactly.
Link. It's like Link in Tears of the Kingdom, where you're just like fusing whatever weapons you can to like get past the. Just like I'll fuse this stick to this sword, and now I'll have a stick with a sword on the end of it.
Yeah.
Just bash my listeners over the head with this.
And God, well, and some of us are saying yes, Daddy.
Yeah.
So the band took inspiration on a couple of different bands. They say, they were inspired by Poison the Well, Slipknot, Marilyn Manson, definitely Marilyn Manson,
Oh,
Johnny
yeah.
Cash and Depeche Mode.
Yeah, John. You remember how Johnny Cash would often sing about werewolves and vampires?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And the
Don't take your fangs to town, son. Leave your fangs at home, Bill.
Okay, you
Shoved a
scoop me.
stake in her heart. Shoved a stake in her heart.
Oh, Ryan, you scoop me so good. You know what? I'm not even gonna try anymore.
Yeah, not even mad at that. Good.
Good one.
So to breeze through, so I said they had 6 albums. We're not even going to really talk about it. With each album, they seem to lose at least 1 or 2 musicians and then grab some more bandmates. I think they had something like 5 members in their band and like 8 members who have departed for various reasons.
I think the reason was probably like my wife doesn't want me to stay up all night making vampire and werewolf songs anymore. I gotta go home and take care of my kids. The guitarist on this song, who I really identified with in the music video, was this guy who was wearing like a very tight red leather jacket, and you could see his just big ass gut, and he was just thrashing on a guitar, and he looked great, and I was just like, yes, that is me.
Yeah.
Going too long, too old for this, but you know what? If you don't carry this torch, who's gonna carry it?
It's true. It's true. Someone's got to pick it up.
I don't know. Probably one of the fans, you'd think. They actually had one of the fans design one of their album covers. They had a contest, and it just backfired miserably. Like all the other fans.
I want to hear about
shit all over this poor fan. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, they were mean to the fan?
Yeah, dude, poor Crystal Johnson, who sent in the artwork and it won for their album Graveyard Shift. Basically, all the other fans who didn't get chosen for their artwork just like piled on her, and then piled on the band for even having the contest in the first place. And poor old Chris Motionless went, on the record saying like, I really wish we hadn't done that.
That sucks. Well, that also speaks
Ooh, and that's
to
a creepy fucking album cover too. Like,
also speaks to the kind of guy that Chris Motionless is, who I consider, after kind of looking him up a little bit, just an absolute journeyman workhorse of the new metal horror genre.
Mm-hmm.
And who absolutely and who absolutely loves his fans, and I just cannot get mad at that at all. Like I don't think Taylor Swift loves her fans 1/1,000,000th of a amount that Chris Motionless loves his fans.
I don't know, dude. I've been watching some of those little live reels recently of Taylor's concerts, and she actually looks like she's having a pretty fucking good time. So.
All right. Well, I was being hyperbolic, and you know Taylor Swift is amazing, and the only thing wrong she ever did was marry Maddie Healy, who is a racist and a sexist, and we didn't know that when we talked about it, and we're really sorry.
Yeah, Brian's scooping the TMZ story right now, right for our listeners first. You heard it here first, folks.
Yes, it's Maddie Healy gets off on bad stuff happening to people of color. And he also did a Sieg Heil, which I think we did mention, but let's mention it again because we're Ryan and Andrew hated it. I think I said his song was fine. But you know what? If you like the 1975, how about this? Find a new band to listen to. And we have a great suggestion that pretty much does exactly the same thing that the 1970 does, but way better. 1970, 1972. 1975.
Yep.
And that band is
1831.
and that band is called Chris Motionless and the Werewolves of London.
Awooooo. Now, this song will really throw you off, though. It is not like the rest of their tracks. I mean, some of their tracks kind of feel like this, a little more Marilyn Manson-y, but like some of their earlier stuff is way more hardcore, way more thrashing. You hear a lot of Slipknot come out in their best moments.
Yeah. That's true.
I know you two boys were not hardcore fellas, but I fell in love with hardcore back in like 99, 2000 in high school.
No, we remember when you painted your face all white and you were like the Crow and like jumping off of windows and stuff. And we supported you.
I was carrying lanterns around in school.
I thought it was cool, I respected your commitment.
You were really helpful on foggy days, on all of those foggy Eugene days. It's like, let's
So
just go
many
hang out with
foggy
Ryan.
The fucking crossing guard loved my ass.
Here comes the Crow.
Don't look at me.
Whoa!
Yeah. Oh man, I remember trying to do the vocal fry as a kid too. I just sounded like a child screaming for mercy. Never worked.
Sound like Gonzo.
That's too bad. Kind of look like him too.
This guy sounds kind of silly too when he does it, and I think that he knew that like he can't do some of the stuff that he wanted to do. So he has some digital voice happening. I mean, you know what? Maybe are we going too far into it? Should we? We're supposed to watch the video before that, but I think maybe should we skip that?
We've all seen the video, right?
I never have. What is it about werewolves?
Oh yes,
It may just be.
It may just be.
Yeah. The video is just, it's a silly, like I said, it looks like they went shopping at the Halloween store and just littered that shit around like a fake graveyard scene.
Unapologetically. Let me just go through the video a little bit. I'll guide you through. So essentially it starts and you see this incredibly handsome, beautiful man. And he begins to sing a song, and his face is slightly pale. And you're like, what? Is this guy maybe going to turn into some kind of a monster later? Nah, probably not. And then these people start coming out into this graveyard, and this is a super realistic looking set, right? I mean, they must have traveled to like deepest of Transylvania to go here. It does not look like a green screen at all. No. And they're holding yellow, orange Halloween cups with like jack-o'-lantern faces on them. And then the band starts playing. Then a werewolf starts to arise out of some steam in the graveyard. This guy keeps singing, and then their lead singer, who basically just looks like a guy that like in your high school that maybe thought like, well, if I turn into a vampire, maybe everyone would think I was really cool. And he's got his hair slicked back. And he's looking into a mirror, and this guy is doing the most amazing faces as he sings. It is so cool. You have never seen a guy stretch his face like this, like before Jim Carrey. He looks like he's Fire Marshal Bill singing into the microphone, being like,
oh my gosh.
And he's just he's singing a song about werewolves and about silver bullets, and he's screaming into this mirror. And then these hot babes start dancing, but they're holding these plastic Halloween cups. There's also like jack-o'-lanterns in the background, and everyone's kind of dancing. It looks like the dumbest Halloween party, and everyone thinks it's just like a big joke, except for the lead singer, who then turns into a werewolf, and he looks even stupider than he looked before, and he keeps screaming. And then the video ends with the werewolf with the werewolf lead singer kind of like howling into the night. And then I think the cops shoot him when he's like doing.
You forgot the other great part. You forgot that also like the main hot female also turns into a werewolf.
Oh yeah, of course the babe turns into a werewolf too.
Yeah.
It was a real spooky namaste moment.
Yeah, and then the babe and all of her friends do like they pretty much do the Thriller dance.
Yes, they definitely do Yep. And there's all kinds of ridiculous nods and homages, and I mean, what
homages, homages, momages, and comages. Omahas, Nebraskas, Iowas,
Des Moines.
Yamahas,
There's some
Kawasaki's. And then exactly. It was great. It was like, what do you want? I was really reminded of the makeup of the Meatloaf video that was in the 90s of I Would Do Anything for Love. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Absolutely.
Where he kind of turns into a werewolf and his nose gets a little bit doggish and like he gets some fangs.
Yeah.
And it's just this big, fat, ugly guy with this great werewolf makeup on. And then this time he's a handsome young man, except for the fact that he looks like a complete and total weirdo. Just getting more werewolf and werewolf and werewolf until by the end he's like, it looks like a Mortal Kombat werewolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So going back though to Meatloaf real quick, do you think is it more appropriate to call him, is he a meat wolf or a werewolf? Like which one did he become? I'm not quite sure which.
God.
I think I like werewolf better, but I mean, meat wolf is also pretty awesome.
Meat wolf kind of sounds like a wolf that we're gonna like eat.
Yeah, exactly.
For
Yeah.
meat.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, this is not a milk wolf. This is a meat wolf.
Yeah. That's also my OnlyFans account name, so that's taken, brother.
I was wondering how you got so rich all of a sudden. By the way, I love the new Ferrari, Ryan. By the way,
Yeah, right.
Meat Wolf. That's like the cousin to the podcast company Earwolf. It's like their little brother. We've got an Earwolf and then Meat Wolf.
I was thinking that was like Fiddler on the Roof 2, only it's hotter and heavier with Meat Wolf this time.
Because
Laser Wolf.
Laser Wolf is the coolest name for a Jewish genocidal Russian guy. Like it's Laser Wolf. Like you'd think like Laser Wolf, why don't you stop all these Russian pogrom soldiers from destroying the shtetl? And he's just like, well, actually, I don't really have lasers. You see, laser is just a name.
Oh boy. So circling back around real quick, I got to read a few of these YouTube comments on this music video because
I was searching for anything that was divisive, but it was all
it's all adoration for sure.
All love.
But there's this one that first off, from at Danzig DB138.
That's Danzig's official account.
Yeah. I had a feeling he would love this band. And it's, he quotes the lyric first, no one can break my heart like I can. And then Danzig says, I felt that in my bones.
In my bones. In the bones that I nailed to my wall. The bones of my innocent victims.
And and then the person's like, and then let's see, Montucky Madness 406 is like, is it just me or does this have a ton of nods to Thriller, the jackets, dance, werewolf transformation, etc.? I love it regardless.
Oh, they picked that up right away. Wow, not too esoteric for that YouTuber.
Yeah.
So they would say clever for all of these lyrics would be my guess, not corny.
That person must be a creative writing instructor.
Yeah, right. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so many people mentioned the Winks I guess, one person's cheesy as fuck is someone else's most creative thing ever.
Don't know about that.
Yeah, well, you know what this is? This is a song in the long line of tradition of songs where the artist says, you know what, guys, let's just have fun with this one. This one's for us. Let's just do it. Yeah. I think about Analog Odyssey from Beck. Was it My Second Album from Stone Temple Pilots, Purple? And then there's one on Science from Incubus as well. I think it's called Segway 1.
I think it's called Weird Science.
That would have been fitting for this song. But all those songs have one thing in common. They were made just for fun. It was the artists fucking around, and they had another thing in common. Can you guys guess it?
Ooh, go for it.
Is it
Here's
werewolves?
my quiz for the day. No, they were all hidden tracks where you had to like, when you had a CD, you had to like skip to fucking track 99 to find it because they weren't trying to put it on their main album.
I
Unlike this
loved
song.
those. I loved those.
Yes.
I remember just
Yeah.
putting on a CD and just putting on the last track and being like, "Do we got a hidden song?" It was almost like when you watch a movie and you get to the end of the movie and you're like, "Do they have any bloopers? Let's go." Schindler's List didn't have any. God damn it.
I know, and I heard the outtakes were so good. That just reminded me of like the Chappelle Show skit with like where he's doing the outtake from Roots. When they're like doing the fake outtakes from Roots.
Oh my God in heaven.
But anyways,
let's not dig too deep into that one.
No
but go back to the secret track thing. Yeah, like I would get a CD and I would go to the last track, and there was sometimes like I had a Discman, I think, where you could set it where it would, instead of counting the time up, it would count the time down. So I'd go to the last track and be like, wait, this is like an 18-minute song. Oh, there's got to be a secret track on it, and like
I missed that.
It'd be 45 seconds of like them and their mom on the banjolin.
Yeah,
And he's
exactly.
like, well, I gotta do a song, and then the Stone Temple album's track, the hidden track, was fantastic.
My second album, 12 Gracious Melodies. Yeah, that shit was pretty jumping. I like that a lot.
Yeah, you just be like an 11-year-old kid being like, wow, this guy's got some serious range. He can do kind of jazz singing too, not just grunge. And he can do them monster ballads too.
Nowadays, anymore, if you're going to hide something in your MP3, it's going to be like a visual file that you have to get some encoder and like figure out that the waveforms actually show like a creepy face, like the Aphex Twin track, or it's just it's a little too much sleuthing. It's not the same thing as what we used to have.
It's true.
A QR code on your butthole that some fan has to take a picture of and then spread it on social media.
Okay. This was our get off my porch portion. Our old man rant.
I can't believe these kids with their QR codes and their secret songs and their digital.
Back in our days, we'd have to listen to the last track and then fast forward for like 14 minutes to get to that secret track.
If you held the fast forward button too long, it would just go right to the end of the CD and start over at track 1, and you miss it.
And you miss it.
Dang damn it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn skateboards.
Let's jump right into the lyrics.
I'm a werewolf, blah, 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 I'm gonna bite you.
There it is.
No, just kidding. These are deep, great, amazing lyrics. I actually have copied them and pasted them into a Google Drive file so that I can tell you guys which parts are parenthetical. So I have a little quiz for you.
All right, let's go.
Parenthetical or not parenthetical? Evil shifting, skin is ripping as you take control.
My vote's parenthetical. Andrew?
Okay, then I'll go non-parenthetical.
Andrew is right. Non-parenthetical. All right, here we go. Here we go, another one. There's an evil lurking in the dark. I could be up all night, but I'm paralyzed when the creature comes alive.
That's a lyric.
Yeah, that seems like
No
a lyric
parent.
to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, trick question. It was parenthetical and non-parenthetical.
Come on, you can't do that.
I hate this quiz. This quiz sucks.
Last question. Last question. Werewolf.
That's got to be parenthetical because it's all chopped up and like.
It is. You're right.
Yes.
I love how they did. I actually read the lyrics like before I listened to the song, and I was like, and it says, "I could become the silver bullet in your head, but no one can break my heart like I can." Parenthetical. Werewolf. And I was like, that's so stupid. Werewolf. And I was like, that's so dumb. And then I heard it live, like not live. Well, no, actually, yeah, I went to their. Actually, you know what? I hired them to come play on my back porch. But when I heard the werewolf come through with all the digital effects on it, I was like, yeah, that was the right choice. Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. But for the lyrics, this is an amazing song. I thought the not the verses so much. Those are kind of flat. No, listen. I thought the chorus was fucking slamming. It had that Jackson kind of flavor to the first part, and the second part when he raises it up an octave is fucking dope. That's an earworm. But for the fact the lyrics are so fucking hokey, I can't get with it.
What's hokey? What's hokey? Is it when he says, "Does the man become the monster or the monster become man?" I loved that.
I mean, I think that is some of the top tier lyrics. Like that's the S tier lyrics when it comes to this song.
Nice.
I agree. That's the best stuff he does in here.
Good job, Motionless. Excuse me, Mr. Motionless.
That's Dr. Motionless to you.
What I loved about reading the Wikipedia in this band was they're like, the band changed their name when Chris Motionless and whatever the other fucker guy's name is, I don't give a shit. It's like Dave Augusta decided to call it Motionless in Motion, or what? Motionless in White. And it was just like, what? Hey, I was like, Wikipedia, hold on, his name is Chris Motionless. That's not a name.
No, they're not giving away his true name, not his the name on his social security card.
His parents, Bob and Sarah Motionless, had their baby Chris.
And when he was born, they were like, "Oh my gosh, it's Motionless because it's our child."
Oh no,
Andrew.
Andrew, that's so sad, Andrew.
For shame.
No. Well, he was for a little while, and they spanked him on the butt, and they gave him a little virgin's blood, and he just popped right to life.
Yeah.
Born on a full
so their
moon.
name comes from a band called 18 Visions, which is another kind of like screamo, early hardcore band with singing in it. And their song was called Motionless and White. So, they really took that name and remixed it hard.
With permission or
No, they were high school kids, so I'm guessing they were just big fans of that song, and they're like, we want to be like this. And that song is way more intense than I think anything this band has ever done.
God, it's kind of like making your band called Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Farts Club Band, just changing one letter.
Yeah. Like if that was me, then like my band in high school would have been called like, "What's my age? One more time."
Happiness is a cat
Yeah,
that I've been petting.
Is a hot gun.
Oh, don't touch that gun. It's so hot.
Ooh. That's some hot alloys. Speaking of names and words and lyrics, their first EP, did you guys catch that, was named Horror with a WH? So edgy, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, but let's redeem Chris Motionless real quick. They came a long way since then. So as soon as he found out about the Marilyn Manson kerfuffle, he put out a quick little tweet saying, "I support the women who came forward for their bravery in sharing their stories, protecting others from potentially being hurt, and encouraging other women to feel comfortable sharing their stories of abuse. I will not be supporting him or his music any longer."
Yeah, Chris Motionless. Yeah. I love you, Chris Motionless.
Nice.
Good job,
We
buddy.
need that. The whole reason I even found this guy, we got to give a shout out to Brad from Brad Taste in Music, where he reviews some of the worst songs that his fans send in to him. And if they pay enough money, I'm pretty sure they make him just repeat the song over and over. Like some weird Kafka-esque hell.
Brad, you got to change your model, buddy.
It's intense. But I started that rabbit hole with him doing this dude, Ronnie Radke, and he's from a band called Falling in Reverse. I was going to bring that band to the table, but honestly, he's the type of music that, is playing on the Walkman of an active shooter scenario. So like, I'm not even, we're going to just skip all of that music.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so his band basically has beef, Ronnie Radke, with Chris Motionless. He's basically like, this dude, Ronnie, is like a victim shamer and like talking shit to Chris Motionless for, speaking out about other bands who are behaving badly. anyways, I found this band by 70 degrees of separation going down a YouTube rabbit hole, starting with that Falling in Reverse. Don't go listen to his music. Don't ever give him clicks or views. Fuck that guy and fuck that band.
We stand, You Hate to Hear It stands with Chris Motionless and the idea that you need to listen to women, and we should not for 1 second tolerate abusers or bad people that hurt women unless they are werewolves that eat women, because that's their normal food source. So you just kind of have to, let them do what they're going to do. That's just nature. Sorry if you get eaten.
It's pretty indiscriminate too. I don't think they're really thinking through the same lens.
It's not about sexism. It's just about the deliciousness of the blood. And,
Yeah. So there's our little good job Motionless rant.
Yeah, stand up against these fucking assholes, and music is way better without people like the guy whose name I don't even remember because that guy sounds like a fucking piece of shit. And Chris Motionless, you are even though I don't love your music, hell yeah.
Hashtag Team Werewolf.
Big time.
So
did I just give away what my final judgment is? I mean, who knows how I feel about your music? I might love it.
Anybody's guess. Yeah, but speaking of the music itself, once again, they're all really good musicians. He's a great singer. The guitarist is a very accomplished guitarist. The drummer, I think, is slamming, and he's a metronome. I mean, if you listen to some of their other tracks too that are heavier, they're very technical.
Fair enough. As having only listened to this one track, yes, there was nothing that stood out to me as necessarily impressive, but I mean, it wasn't bad. It just, nothing caught my attention. So
to be fair, this is their synthwave, weird one-off kind of joke song.
Yes, fair enough.
Which, they were surprised themselves that the fans responded to it so well. They're like, whoa, okay. And I think this is going to be like a major pivot for this band to become kind of werewolf-centric.
They're going to be like the Misfits.
Yeah, dude, they're going to be, guarantee it, they'll be on the new HBO series for, they're redoing Harry Potter. Like 100%, they're going to be the band that's playing.
Wait, what? Or they'll just be. I mean, I could at least potentially see them being on like the next season of Wednesday or something, some like silly cameo like that. Which I did like that show.
Well,
so I would be bummed out if that happened.
Good.
But
that's good. One of the head writers of Wednesday is a friend of the show who listens and likes it. So.
Oh fuck yeah! Well, I mean, no, I loved that show. And I would,
you changed your tune all of a sudden.
Well, I mean, do you remember? Okay, so talking about Harry Potter, do you remember the shitty fucking band that's in not Order of the Phoenix, Goblet of Fire, when they go to the dance?
I do.
Yeah, that band.
I do.
What the fuck was that? Whose creative idea? What producer or writer or director or whatever decided that that band was a joke? You could have at least had a band that. Maybe the song would have been okay. I don't care that it's supposed to be an alternate universe where things are different and a little standards are different.
What?
That band fucking blew.
What kind of music was it?
It was this metal. It was I don't know.
We're gonna move around like a big old bummy.
Yeah,
and the dude looks scary, similar to Tom York. In fact, the first time I watched it, I was like, "Wait, is that fucking Tom York?"
Really?
Kind of hiding in the cut.
That, yeah.
Yeah,
and it was just this weird,
Tom York would be such a great wizard school professor.
He would have been awesome in that.
Oh my god, please! Oh, that's the only way that I'm going to watch that HBO thing.
So what other great lyrics do we got? Well, do you like this one, Ryan? It says, "'Cause it's fight or fright in the moonlight. You can run, but you can't hide. I could be honest. I could be human. I could become the silver bullet in your head." And when he says that, he puts two gun shapes together and does a little pew against his own head.
Yeah.
That was super
I just
cool.
realized exactly what I'm pretty sure that these lyrics are actually, I don't know if these are the lyrics from this song. It sounds more like some like Andrew Lloyd Webber reject opera that he decided instead to make Phantom of the Opera, but like if he did like a shitty werewolf musical, like these definitely would have been the lyrics to that. Because when you sing them like that, Brian, it totally sounds like some like B or C level like Phantom of the Opera werewolf musical. Yeah, like off Broadway. Like
Andrew Lloyd Webber was just sitting over a table with some wine with Sarah Brightman, his wife. He's like, should I make a song about cats or should I make a song about werewolves?
Yeah. She's like, cats, I guess. Like,
cats it is! Huzzah!
My next song shall be about Vietnam. Oh, really? Oh, okay. From cats to Vietnam.
Well, you know what? Actually, when you say Vietnam, what I thought about when this song ended was, you know how in what's that movie where the kids find a dead body? That Stephen King movie.
Stand by Me.
Stand by Me.
Stand by Me. So you know how it has that moment at the end where they like it shows all the kids and then it shows like a little like short paragraph about like what happened to them after.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking like it would be great to have that in this music video where it's just like it shows just all the people. It says what happened to them, and and
then Motionless, the wolf, got stabbed at a Burger King while trying to stop an altercation.
Oh, that's it. I got an Amber Alert. Jesus Christ, you can't turn that off.
Yep. So did I. I got that same one. Yep.
Well, that's gonna kill the comedy. I was just gonna say,
seriously.
You know what? Edit that out.
Wait, Amber Alert. Is that a little foreshadow of our next 311 podcast? Yeah, Amber Alert.
Andrew, you're joking about something that's so serious. So my idea was that like they would show the werewolf, right, and like kind of freeze frame on and be like, werewolf motionless got shot in a parking lot after a rampage in London.
Nice.
Or something. I don't know. Make your own jokes. Do the play at home game.
I was hoping, that like, him and they went off and had little werewolf babies eventually.
Oh, that's nice.
Little werecubs.
Oh, more like the Animal House freeze frame. It's a little happier.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's a guy dies in Vietnam in that one.
Well, okay, but that was played up for humor.
Yeah, send a werewolf to Vietnam. That would have fucking fixed things up. Man, we'd have some capitalism all over the Southeast Asian peninsula.
Yeah. They tried.
Damn, that sounds like a U-Bowl movie. You know what I mean?
But yeah, we definitely. Before we move on from these lyrics, we also, we've already talked about a couple of the nods, but definitely there's that kind of middle verse there. We've got "Let the bodies hit the dance floor."
Hell yeah, dude!
To this heartbreak beat, and I feel like somebody's watching me. Parentheses, feel like somebody's watching me. Yeah. So not only are they like, they've got like the bad jacket, the Thriller dance, and then I feel like somebody's watching me. So it's like this like Michael Jackson trifecta mixed in with "Let the bodies hit the floor," which is that Puddle of Mud or is that Deadpool?
Drowning Pool.
Drowning
That is
Pool.
Drowning Pool.
Drowning Pool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha. Hey, I gotcha. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
I got all the Drowning Pool.
Yeah, the Nickelback of nu metal. Drowning Pool. They are. And
yeah, that's a trifecta right there of just just cringe, and then you cringe twice as hard and thrice as hard.
Exactly.
And then the next sentence is another reference too. They're calling out True Romance.
Oh yeah,
seductively destructive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but that one's a little bit more esoteric and fun. I gotta say, I like that one.
Yeah, a little onomatopoeia. Is that the one? Yeah, and then it's just it rhymes. And then
that's not onomatopoeia. We'll talk about this later.
That's Kerrang! Whip Zang.
Which would have been better lyrics than some of the lyrics in this song.
Yeah, because even like, like, does the man become the monster or the monster become a man? That's from something else too. Like, that's like, it's not
That's
Jekyll.
neat. It's Nietzsche.
It's Nietzsche. There we go. It's Nietzsche. Yeah.
And then he straight up bites the Thriller voiceover that Vincent Price does, but like, with his own little twist at the end.
Yeah.
Which I think is great. I think I'm
close at hand.
When the werewolf will take your girlfriend.
It's in lieu of having anything to say in the song. It's just like, let's reference everything.
Yeah. What is there to say? What is there to say?
It's a love letter to classic horror.
Yeah, exactly. It's a modern day Monster Mash. Dracula and his son, where were they?
Seriously,
but that was a story. The Monster Mash was like, here's this party. Let me tell you who showed up. Here's what they did at this party.
You're totally right. This was just a list. This was just a list of cliches. This created no imagery in my mind the way that the Monster Mash does. The Monster Mash is J.R.R. Tolkien compared to this.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. This is just like it's wannabe. Yeah, it's got all this like pandering, and then with these like images of, I hate to say it, but just like self-harm and things like that. It was just like, it's just like,
I know, that part I don't like.
I don't like that.
That's the emo sad boy side of things that comes out, which is the worst part of this. And I think that's why these types of bands get so many hits. It's because there's a lot of sad, this brings the other question I had for this week on the podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, kids out there, are you okay?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Like,
seriously.
if you're putting on eyeshadow and listening to this and looking in the mirror and like thinking about hurting yourself, please just think like you're better than that. Okay. Like, you're loved. We love you. We want you to succeed. We want you to be happy. Like, you got some people out there that really care about you. Like, this song is just a joke. This is just a bunch of fun. Just don't take this seriously.
Yeah, because and in all seriousness, remember, 988, the National Suicide Hotline, absolutely a great resource out there to call, get support. So, like, we don't want to sit here and joke about this stuff. Like, this is very serious, and I mean, it's very clear to me that there is a mental health crisis in this country, a growing mental health epidemic. Up and down the generations, and 988 is the number to call if you are ever having bad suicidal thoughts or anything like that.
Amen.
So, there's no shame in asking for help.
No shame at all. And
to speak to that, go ahead.
No. Well, I mean, do you want to talk more about heavy, depressing shit?
No. What I was going to mention that kind of dovetails with that. Is this worse than country pandering in a way? If you're like,
oh yeah, no,
sad
I think
boy
it's
pandering
on the same level.
That's dangerous.
Right. I mean, I think culture war pandering is equally. I mean, one is self-directed, one is like inner directed and personal mental health directed, and the other one is like us versus them directed. And I think that, I think that they are both equally as dangerous.
Yeah.
This song is way more obviously just supposed to be for fun. If you look at this as anything else besides just like, and I'm a werewolf, moonwalking, feeding the appetite. I could bite you and I'll give you a bite. Like that, if you look at it as anything other than that, like just you like check.
You're already smarter than they are. You're reading into it way too much.
Just go touch some grass, talk to some people, do what Andrew just said. Like this song is just for fun. They're just having fun. It's a song. It's a horror song, a la Monster Mash, a la a lot of the Misfits songs. Although one thing about the Misfits that I will say, just to kind of cut into this other conversation, like when I first started listening to the Misfits, and it was just like about, I love cutting heads off and put them on my wall and killing people and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, it, like immediately what I thought was the exact same thing I'm thinking now. And I think of this as like, oh, it's kind of like a horror, like it's a horror genre. Like they put on makeup and they like play these songs and like, it's an act, you know, it's not real. And then when you kind of start talking to Danzig, when you hear what Danzig has to say, he's like, no, like, I think it's super cool to like kill people and blah blah. It's like this guy's a piece of shit. Don't listen to what this fucking idiot has to say.
Okay, so I have just uncovered a very important detail in this that I think that we probably maybe in an effort to make ourselves sound smarter, we might actually want to like edit this and put it at the beginning of the podcast. But
impossible for me. But
according to IMDb, what was the release date for this music video? It was fucking Halloween,
2019.
It was October 31st, 2022. So like this was released on Halloween. So, there you go, right there. Like
that explains those awesome cups that I am so jealous.
Exactly. Yeah. The proof is in the cemetery induced, the cemetery infused pudding. We'll say. So.
Yeah, man. For a band from like Scranton, Pennsylvania, they really have their act together.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh, Brian, you're having tech issues again. Check your connection.
God fucking damn it!
Oh,
there we go.
Oh, there he is.
There
he is. He's back.
You fixed it.
And the babes,
There we go. Then you're back. You're back.
Now he's
hold on.
with you.
Hold on. Talk.
The babes. We're dancing.
I don't know. Can I hear you? Yeah, I can hear you.
The babes were dancing next to
audio,
pumpkins.
Guys.
The babes were dancing next to jack-o'-lanterns, and they were holding plastic jack-o'-lantern cups and like smiling and laughing. Like it's obviously a Halloween song. It's the Monster fucking Mash.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So hence why one of the YouTube like commenters was like, "This is Def going on my Halloween mix. Hell yeah!" So. There you go.
Whoa, yeah. Aside from all those spooky sounds that I've been recording, let me give you a little bit of taste. Woo, woo, woo. Whoa, I'm a ghost. Chain rattle, chain rattle, chain rattle. Squeaky door.
Oh, man. Those are my favorite tapes, though, back in the day.
I love
Bust that out of the dusty cupboard, put it on once a year. Yeah.
By the way, Brian, that was some really great onomatopoeia. Squeaky door. Like it sounds like what it is. That's crazy.
I'm going to send you a book that will explain what these words mean.
Thanks. I've been struggling.
When in Rome.
Onomatopoeia only is for when you are having the sound of someone peeing.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why it's called onomatopoeia.
On you. On my motto. Yeah. On me you want it. On me you want to pia? On me you want to pia?
Hey, in Soviet Russia, pee goes on you.
Yeah. I'm still really hoping for that leaked video of Trump getting peed on in Russia someday. Oh. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he liked everything gold.
That's great.
Everything gold.
A boy can dream.
Yeah. So, but anyways,
guys, let's get on to our final judgments on this bitch.
Let's do it.
Andrew could talk about people who he wants to pee on him all night.
No, that's not what I was talking about.
Once you get him started.
No. We're done.
Yeah.
Anyways, Ryan, go on.
It is asparagus season.
Guys. So I think for this one, did this song turn the man into the beast for you, or did it turn your beast back into a man? A man.
Oh man, I guess I'll go first. I think this song, it some parts I was feeling a little bit like the man becomes the beast, because I was just like, man, it is so cool that this even exists. You got a guy who like is so independent when it comes to music. The band is independent from talent, independent from reason, independent from songwriting skills.
Right, they go their own way.
And I just am so happy that the music world, 3.8 million views. I'm so happy that this exists and that this has a fandom. I hope to God, like I already said, that the fandom is looking at it the way that they should, is this is just fun and everyone's having fun, and no one is a werewolf, no one is a vampire. We're not, let's not rush off into the night and bite people, okay? But like, let's just have a little bit of fun and Halloween fun. And I think Halloween fun is my favorite kind of fun. So I'm going to give this, it turned me into a beast, it turned me back into a man, it turned me into a pumpkin, and then it turned me into a hot lady who's going to go and kiss a werewolf.
That's quite the review. I'm going to keep it a lot simpler than this. This definitely didn't turn anything in me at all. So I'm just going to leave this one as a stalemate right there. Yeah, not.
I mean, I didn't like the song.
Yeah.
I just like that it exists.
Yeah, and I mean, going back to your little, it's actually 7.5 million views, double your 3.8 million. Like this video has 7.5 million views on YouTube. So you know what? I mean, more power to them. Sure, as long as you're not promoting self-harm, then you are making music that matters to people, and I can tip my hat to that. But I'll pass. Thank you.
Yeah, word up. Not for Andrew.
So that's 7 million views you're talking about out of their total on YouTube of 461 million views of all of their music. And this is by far their most accessible, like, kid-friendly song. The rest gets a little uglier, feels a little more Marilyn Manson-y, or a little more, Korn or White Zombie, or, like, once again, Slipknot. So I don't know. I think I'm going to give them minus points for that, because this is well off the path of what they're, doing usually. And if they pivot and full on embrace this, like, it was a midnight smash, I will fully go beast mode on this band and support. I will go to their show next time they come around.
Next song, Mummy. After that,
yes.
Vampire.
Yes.
After that, Count Chocula.
Let's
brand some cereal, baby.
Swamp Thing. Yes, for sure.
He's the weakest of the monster bunch.
But ultimately though, the choruses had me going beast mode, but the lyrics just turned me back into a man child. And it felt terrible, and I didn't want to be that way. Sorry guys. It's going to be a pass. I don't think I'm going to be listening to this one again until Halloween rolls around.
Yeah, this presses your Benjamin button. It has you like reverting back into childhood.
Nice. Yes, it did.
A ruefully banal song, but maybe make some better ones later.
There we go. All right, well then what should we listen to instead?
Great question.
Who wants to kick us off on some recommendations? Yeah, I'm happy to give it a start. For a little teaser, if you become a subscriber, if you play the game right with old You Hate to Hear It podcast here, you might get to hear a little snippet of a little side project podcast Brian and I just did about one of our favorite bands from the metal era, and what I really liked, the kind of metal that I can get behind and that I can enjoy listening to, and that would be System of a Down. Went back to their song Sugar. I think that's a great example of kind of what metal can do and how it can be unique and like creative and playful and still provocative, very, very provocative. That song Sugar and the video Sugar, very, very provocative. But I think that's kind of the side of metal that I more tend to if I'm in a metal mood. So I've got that, System of a Down. Another great one. This is an album just from the last probably 5 years. The band is Relayer. It's RLYR, all in caps. The album is Delayer, and they're a totally instrumental. They're all like these instrumental metal songs. It's great when you're like working, powering through a project, things like that. And it's just this great kind of mathy, somewhere between this and like Explosions in the Sky type, so something kind of in between there, where it's not as ethereal as Explosions in the Sky by any means. It's much more straightforward and more wall of sound. But very, very good. And then, since this is Motionless in White, I like to do some kind of play on the name. So from Motionless in White, I'm going to go 180 degrees, and I'm going to recommend Houses in Motion by Talking Heads.
Hell yeah.
Which is like this like hidden gem. It's got a great beat to it. I mean, I love Talking Heads. I love that era when they really started to expand the size of the band, and they just had so much fun with it. So there you go. There's my 3 tracks. Ryan, how about you?
Good recos. Yeah, I'm going to draw from my hardcore roots and some sort of like art arty mathcore. If you want a truly scary, spooky song, a song that'll really make your skin crawl, but not because it's a horror trope fashion choice, from the band, but more just terrifying songwriting, I recommend a song called The Salesman Denver Max. And that's a song by the Blood Brothers off their album Burn, Piano Island Burn. This band was one of my favorites back in the day. They tore down the house every time they played a show in town. It's a truly horrific song told from the point of view of a serial killer, basically. And the music perfectly conveys that creepy, all the creepy lyrics and the melody lines. And once again, I'm just a huge math, art, hardcore kind of guy. What does it for me in music is novelty. Anytime that I'm surprised by, sonic choices or lyrical styles or choices, I'm loving it. I'm fully signed on. And this checks all the marks. That whole album, Burn, Piano Island Burn, but especially The Salesman Denver Max. That was the first song I ever heard of this band, and it scared the shit out of me.
Interesting. Okay.
Burn Penal Island Burn.
Burn Piano Island Burn.
Okay,
Yeah.
'cause I thought you were talking about a penal island, like a penal colony, which Ray Liotta has to escape from in the movie No Escape.
There you go.
He escapes with a rocket launcher.
That's a very hard movie to go back and watch, by the way.
Oh, really? Does he like?
It's so fucking long, dude. It's just
Oh,
snooze fest.
All right, Brian, what about you? What songs you got for us?
I've never heard a song before.
Oh,
So
okay.
This is my first song. I thought it was amazing. I didn't know that humans could do this with their own voices. It's really cool. So you just put strings on top of like pieces of wood and hook them to electricity and make those noises.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is.
My song is Werewolves of London by Warren Zevon. If you want to hear a song about werewolves and you actually like music and you care about musicality and you care about, musicianship, and the lyrics are, the lyrics are weird. They're super like strange and esoteric. They're based on these New York places that you might never have been, like Trader Vic's and stuff like that. But like when you hear the song, it just really fucking hits. And Werewolves of London, which is amazing. And I'll also offer a second, if my co-hosts don't mind, recommendation.
And time's up. Thank you for listening to You
God
Hate to Hear It.
damn it! I just watch American Werewolf in London. You got to see it. It's amazing.
Don't watch the 90s second
American
installment.
Werewolf in Paris.
Yeah.
No, don't watch that. Although if you like new metal, check out the soundtrack.
Yeah, it's true.
It sucks.
Yeah.
So the contest continues. What you got to do is send us some type of proof that you have signal boosted the podcast, blew us up, shared us, I'm going to shake a hand. You're going to take that hand, cut it off, bring it across the metaverse, and shake somebody else's hand with that hand. And then you're going to give me a picture, a screenshot or something, and make sure that we all know that you have signal boosted the podcast in some kind of way. And the one who does it the best, the most, the ghostest with the mostest, Beetlejuice, I almost said it 3 times. That person is going to get a t-shirt that we are going to make once I am out of a depressive episode. And Ryan, I imagine you are doing the same thing. And Andrew is about to have a baby. So we will figure that out. Yep. You will boost us. You will make us famous. Then we will give you a t-shirt. And also, all 3 of us will get a t-shirt too.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
So please do it. I want a t-shirt really bad, guys.
Seriously, please, come on.
Well, Ryan, I'll give you a t-shirt, man. I have a t-shirt.
I'm running low over here, okay?
Yeah.
I've worn this for 3 days.
It's an Akira t-shirt. It's Tetsuo. Sick. He's looking at Akira. He's holding up his hands, and he's kind of like manipulating his energy, except his pants are falling down. And you could see his butt. So funny.
Oh, actually, classic. That's the shirt you will get if you win this contest.
Yeah, we designed this. We did, I swear. Yeah. Brian designed this.
Yeah, it's like taking the Motionless and White and, twisting it.
There you go.
Yeah, he's motionless and his butt is white.
Oh my God, I'm so fucking tired, guys.
Hey, thank you so much for listening. And Andrew, shut the fuck up. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for listening to You Hate to Hear It. We are so happy of the success of this podcast. You guys are keeping us alive. You're keeping us doing what we're doing. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for listening and all the likes. Please like and subscribe. Andrew, is there any way they can get in contact with us on social media? I just have no idea.
All right. If you want to get in touch with us, you can always find us on Twitter at yhthi.podcast or send us your question, suggestion, or comment, positive, please, to yhthi.podcast@gmail.com. That is how you can find us.
Yeah, keep it positive, guys. Don't be like those jerks who are like, you guys are so negative. It's not even content. You know what? You never even listened to the podcast, you son of a bitch. Go listen to the Patreon where they're
super
talking.
Positive.
Yeah,
we love the songs.
It's not content, it's discontent. Get used to it.
Yeah, if you're a big fan of Matty Healy and you're just like hating that like we said that his songs suck, then like, you know what you should do is absolutely go fuck yourself. So fuck you, you fucking fuck. I hope you fucking fuck yourself to fucking death, you fucker. Do you think did that do it?
That's going to stay in for sure.
We might actually have to bleep that part.
Oh yeah, like bleep, bleep,
God.
bleep.
Yeah.
Also, play Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. That's a great game.
It's a good one.
Ah, boy.
So remember, we may not love the songs that you do, but we certainly do love you. I'm Ryan.
I'm Andrew.
You stepped all over me, you son of a bitch. And I'm Brian, and I'm here to say, I love you. I want to kiss you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Thank you for listening. We'll hear you next time.
Oh, I miss self-destructive Brian, dude. I miss that.